Good morning, Thomas MacLaren School. Miss Maslow and I wanted to take a few minutes this morning to honor departing faculty. Dr. Holmgren brought incredible knowledge and experience to our MacLaren community, but never stopped seeking to learn more. Dr. Holmgren could often be found conversing with faculty simply to think about some new idea or to deepen his understanding of whatever the topic may have been. He was open to new ideas and strategies, continuously striving to improve his teaching skills. Best of all, Dr. Holmgren is simply a nice person, easy to engage, always open to a good conversation, and willing to offer a hand whenever possible. He is a wonderful example of a true lifelong learner.
Mr. Bernstein's quick wit and love of a good joke have brightened the faculty room and all his classrooms. He delights in his students, and his love for them is evident. He took pride in the accomplishments of his German students, who are apparently well equipped for a future in the restaurant industry. His 9th grade boys aren't just boys to him, they're his fellas. Mr. Bernstein wanted each student to experience humane letters as a place of brotherhood and belonging, and he showed them how to make that possible through his example of affection and care.
Mr. Schmidtkin has endeared himself to us this last year as the Duke of Discipline, the Warden of Waffles, Curator of Culture, and all-around nice guy. He has patiently and steadily led the 7th grade boys through the perils of medieval history, graciously handled dean conversations, and been enthusiastically received by a sophomore HL class. He has sought to uphold the best in each of us, in his classroom and the faculty room, and we are all better for his time with us.
Mrs. Ramon bravely made the transition from teaching college students to high school students last year. She is kind and humble and has worked hard to help the world of physics and mathematics come alive to her students. Mrs. Ramon has also graciously shared many of her cultural traditions with us, from dances and food to the stories of long, dangerous climbs. What she has shared in morning assemblies, leisure days, and in the faculty room has enriched us all. Thank you for everything, Mrs. Ramon.
A colleague says of Mr. Adler, quote, "He exudes a sense that he is on each student's side and each student wants to be on his side," end quote. Mr. Adler does not forget students are fully human and need not only to learn, but also to wriggle, to blink in sun and wind, and on occasion, to whoop, holler, and howl. Marshalling middle schoolers outside in a Western hat or a Patagonia vest, Mr. Adler lives life fully, strongly, truly, both in and out of the classroom. Students feel in him a pulse that brings the subjects to life. That pulse will be missed by the school, but we hope it leads him truly out the doors and into fullness.
Mrs. Shannon has been a steady and delightful presence on our middle school team these past few years. A friend and confidant to many, she lights up when she talks about math and loves the opportunity to learn new things. Her classrooms are full of eager participants and engaging conversation. Even as a part-time teacher, Mrs. Shannon has given so generously of her time the last couple years to keep our middle school math program afloat. We could not have transitioned to Singapore math in 6th grade without her leadership. Her presence in the classroom and the faculty room will be missed.
Mr. Falcone has done a wonderful job creating a foundation for the MATLAB course that is structured and organized. We are not sure anyone will ever match his enthusiasm for programming. He spent hours writing his own code to improve his understanding of the language and held extra office hours during distance days to help students individually. As much as he has enjoyed the material, Mr. Falcone seems to have enjoyed the MacLaren community more. He is always willing to jump into a conversation, to discuss teaching strategies, or to demonstrate a new program. We will miss his energy and his enthusiasm. Mrs. Desell joined us with years of experience and practical wisdom. She has taught a different course load every year and has done it with grace. Walking into her Lit Comp or HL classroom, you will find a lively discussion with Mrs. Desell at the helm. She keeps the girls moving, asking them good questions, and delighting together in the text. It looks effortless and so much fun. She's an avid reader and loves to learn. She has been a steady rudder for our Lit Comp and Humane Letters program in the years she has been here. We will miss her.
Mrs. Libati came to MacLaren the second year of the school in 2010. She bravely took on the role of Dean of Girls in a school going into its second year. She has been in the thick of building our community all these years. She fell in love with learning more deeply, which drove her to go to grad school in the summers just to get better at teaching humane letters. She has pitched in with so many areas of our life, from yearbook to student-faculty volleyball games, to picking paint colors for our classrooms, to creating countless faculty book groups. She has been instrumental in getting our art program up and running. For years, she has made community happen, inside and outside the walls of the school. Now, Miss Olson is Mrs. Libati and expecting baby number 2. While she is stepping back from a daily role at MacLaren, we fully expect to see her around for years to come. It's hard to think of MacLaren without her otherwise. Mrs. Libati, thank you for 11 amazing years of service.
Good morning, MacLaren. For those of you I haven't met yet, my name is Mrs. Hall, and this morning I am here to say goodbye to somebody beloved to all of us, Miss Harder. A long, long time ago, in the year 2009, a small group of us were trying to start a new school. This school, Thomas MacLaren. We had found a place to have our school, Pulpit Rock Church. We had found some students, and all we needed were fabulous teachers to start our school. We needed 7 teachers that first year. And that spring and summer, we started hiring fabulous humane letters teacher, a lit comp teacher, an art teacher, but we didn't have a math teacher. It was a week before we opened our doors, and I still didn't have a math teacher. Luckily, I met someone, but not just anyone, the one, the only, Miss Harder. Miss Harder has been with us since the beginning, part of that founding faculty that built the school from the ground up and has made this school what it is today. We thought it would be important and wonderful, Ms. Harder, that we could bring some special guests to let you know just how important you've been here at MacLaren. Mr. Thompson wanted to join us, but he was not available, so he asked me to read this to you. Congratulations, Ms. Harder. I have known that many teachers are drawn to the profession with the ambition of emulating an extraordinary teacher from somewhere in their past. 40 plus years after my own graduation, the names and faces of the teachers who took the extra time and effort to help me learn how to think, not just what to think, remain most vivid in my memory. Ms. Harder, after 8 years of witnessing the love, respect, and wonder your students developed under your instruction and guidance, it is clear to me you are one of those truly fortunate teachers who will long hold a place in your students' heart and who have inspired a new generation of educators. That, along with Para, will comfort and sustain you in the years to come. And I'm not saying in what order. Your friend and colleague, Mr. Thompson. Here are another few familiar faces to join us this morning.
Hi, Mrs. Harder. I'm so excited to be here, and congratulations on your upcoming retirement. I just had a short story to share from, it was my first year teaching. It was my first year at MacLaren and my first year teaching at all. And I remembered asking you about classroom management and how to handle some unruly bunch of middle schoolers. And you just looked at me and were like, I don't know, I don't have any problems with that. I just have no problems with classroom management. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. Can I come see your class? And I remember coming into your class, I think it was a 6th grade math class, and kids were all over the place running, to me, it just seemed so chaotic. And then you did something like snap your fingers and they all sat down, and it was total control and silence. And I just realized that as a first year teacher, I was holding on so tight. I just felt like I had to hold on so tight at all times because I didn't have the confidence that if it went, that I would ever be able to get it back. And you were so inspiring with your confidence and your control. And I also have to credit you then with, going on and having 4 kids of my own and embracing that, now I get to be the teacher with 4 kids and the confidence to shut down the class at a moment's notice. So I really appreciate that model. And I was so inspired by getting to teach with you that year. So thank you.
Wonderful. Hi, Ms. Harder. Congratulations. My biggest memory is dovetails perfectly with that, which is that your reputation of being in charge was obvious from day one, but it took me a couple weeks back in 2011 when I started at MacLaren to realize that you were also the student's favorite teacher, and it blew my mind. I thought, wait, but she's so strict, but they love her so much. And it really led to a total reevaluation to me of what teaching is and what students need. And I take this with me everywhere. And when people talk about what a great teacher looks like, I always share that I shared a school with a teacher who was the polar opposite of my style and more beloved. And then I do have to add also that this is no secret, but your strictness and control, I just loved how there was equal measures of sweetness on the turn of a dime. That there were just so many moments in the faculty room. If I was sharing something about my kids or something, you lit up, with the biggest smile in the room. But I appreciate that.
Hello from Atlanta. It's been a long time. It's hard to believe that you're retiring. It feels like just yesterday we were sitting across from each other at the faculty room of a brand new school. So I miss talking about Flannery O'Connor and hearing your opinion on her stories and talking about horseback riding. And one thing I will always remember along the same lines as what others have shared is the Mrs. Harder stare, and how with one look you could shut down any mischief maker right in their tracks. But at the same time, everyone just absolutely loved and respected you. So you're someone I've always admired for being firm and fair and encouraging. And MacLaren's been really lucky to have you, and I know you're going to be missed.
Linda, after finding out that you were retiring, I spent the last few days trying to find some particularly insightful or illustrative story to tell. But to be honest, I really couldn't find one, or just a single one, that accurately summarized everything that you've meant to me personally and everything that I know that you've meant to the entire MacLaren community and all of us who had the pleasure of working with you and learning from you. Instead, what stood out to me as I thought about it is the way in which you've continued to influence my life beyond our time together during the founding years at MacLaren. Indeed, that first year especially, we were a really small faculty. We were excitable, we were energetic, we were passionate, but most of us lacked experience, probably especially me. And you were definitely the most experienced teacher among us. And I know that we all looked to you for guidance. I know I looked to you for guidance. The result was that you ended up not only teaching your students, but also teaching a lot of us how to be teachers. You taught me how to be a teacher. I was then and remain now in awe of your patient but tough approach to teaching. You've always been able to convey empathy while simultaneously demanding excellence from everybody around you. The years I got to spend in the faculty room talking with you and the times I was able to observe you in the classroom have been so foundational to my professional life. I find that after now having acquired some experience and maybe just a little bit of wisdom over the course of a decade teaching, various places and various subjects, I often try to emulate your demeanor and your style in the hope that I might command rooms the way that you always have. So congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for teaching me what excellence is and helping to show me the path to follow in order to achieve it.
Finally, Ms. Harder, we know your greatest love has been your students. Later today, I'll be sending you a link to a board where many, many alumni have been posting their gratitude for you. They've been posting pictures of themselves around the world for you as their beloved geography teacher, and just they're sending you their love and well wishes. So I'll be sending that along to you. Your students love you. We love you. We're going to miss you. Thank you.